Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel.
Hey girlfriend.
Today we're going to be doing pregnancy, postpartum, favorites, dislikes, all the above. I figured I would just kind of put them all in one video just so it's easy, it's kind of more rapid fire. You can see the things that you may enjoy or you may not like either. Got my little buddy back here. She just ate and woke up from a nap, so we're chilling. We might be spit uppy and we might be really talkative today. Yeah. We'll see how this goes.
Oh my goodness.
So we are on the floor. It just kind of is what works best for me right now in this setup. I'm hoping.
Okay.
I'm hoping this won't be too long of a video, but I do have a few that really stood out to me, things that I enjoyed that I needed to have in pregnancy. Obviously, this is going to be different for everyone. You may feel very different. There are some things I was super surprised by that I really did not enjoy that I feel like everyone said they loved. And so, I don't know, it's just another one of those videos you can check out and see if you feel the same way or if you want to look into these things for your pregnancy and then your postpartum period. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification, and let's go ahead and get started. So up first in pregnancy, we'll start with when you're still pregnant. There are a couple things that really stood out to me that I really loved having around. Number one, a pregnancy pillow. So I will link the one that I bought down below. It is a great one. Overall, a pregnancy pillow in general, I would say you definitely should invest in, because I just thought it was absolutely necessary when you get this big bump and you can't sleep on your stomach and it's just like a whole mess. So that was super comfy. Hunter was always so irritated by my pillow because he was like, it's taking up the whole bed. I can't even get in there to like cuddle you if I wanted to. I'm like, sorry, that's kind of just where we're at now because your belly is just taking over everything. So definitely that. The second thing I would say is vitamins. So I took the Mega Food Baby and Me 2 vitamins. These were super great, honestly. I, not kidding, did not eat. I think I had 2 vegetables in all of pregnancy. I kid you not. Like, that's terrible. I feel embarrassed to admit that, but I lived on sugar, which is terrible. I don't advise you doing that. But that was my craving. I could not do any vegetables, any like real meals. I did not want to eat. I wanted carbs. I wanted sugar. That's about it. Cheese, I really like cheese. I relied on a solid vitamin to give me the extra nutrients I wasn't getting from my regular diet, and look what we got.
Look what we got.
So definitely recommend these. I have mentioned on my Instagram before, I have a few brands that I really recommend. Here comes Sparkly in the back too. I'm gonna try to leave her out there for a second. We'll see how long it lasts. Garden of Life, Ritual, and Mega Food are the 3 companies that I think are doing it right. They really kind of nail it on getting the most naturally derived nutrients and vitamins packed in these things. So those are the 3 I would recommend if you're looking for a solid one. I remember looking and being like, I'm so overwhelmed. There's so many out there. I don't even know where to begin. So I did some of the research, and that's kind of where I've landed with my top faves. But I did stick with the Mega Food. I will say, disclaimer, these taste disgusting. I mean, they are gross. I cannot tell you how gross they are. I think it's fine because they're real. It's what is in them. But let me tell you, that's one thing I would say, Mega Food, if you hear this, maybe improve on some of that outer coating formulation. I don't know. That's probably not even a word. You get it. Really just, but you just choke them down, you good. Have her Rituals have this like lemon coating on them to help them go down easier. So if a taste is like a huge thing for you, maybe try Ritual. Yes. That's number 2. Also, I will leave all these things linked down below if I can find them. And then thirdly, I would say something that was huge in my pregnancy was a water bottle. So I did really well actually drinking water in pregnancy. I know some people don't really like it and it's really hard for them to get their water in. That's totally fine. I would say treat yourself, get yourself a nice new water bottle and just take it everywhere with you. The one I used mainly in pregnancy was a $5 one from Walmart, and it worked great. It was like a stainless steel insulated one, so it kept my water cold. The only thing I hated was that it leaked a little bit, and so that is something I just didn't love. But I used that thing in labor, like it worked for me. I have since gotten a better water bottle. I have a thing. Don't ask my husband. I have a thing with water bottles.
Yes. Uh-oh, we split up, didn't we?
Anyways, get yourself a good one. It'll make you want to drink water. That was always my philosophy. A new water bottle makes me want to drink more water. I don't know how accurate that is, but I really would say invest in some sort of water bottle, or if you have a good one, just make sure you have it around and drink water all the time, seriously. Not gonna lie, postpartum was a lot harder for me to drink water, and I know it's the opposite for some people. So just make sure you're drinking extra water as soon as you find out you're pregnant all the way through postpartum. So those are the top 3 things that I can like remember being really useful and really beneficial. There's a few other things I'm sure I used throughout pregnancy, but those are the top ones I remember being like solid. Moving on to postpartum. First off, I recommend getting a basket or some sort of bin or tub or something to put on your toilet, on your sink, wherever you have room in your bathroom. Get a nice little basket to keep all your goodies in, because it gets crazy in there, let me tell you. Those first couple weeks, man, rough. So there's a couple things missing from mine. Obviously some pads, some extra gauze or whatever I use. I can't even remember at this point. I'm trying to do this now because I know I'm gonna just keep forgetting. I did keep some of these things around even though they're empties because I wanted to do this video, but this is just a little example to show you. I will walk through some of the things that I really loved and then some things I really did not love. So it'll probably be all over the place. We're just gonna go for it. Okay, up first couple weeks, you're swollen. You are sore. Like you're actually sore, like muscle sore. You are probably sore from stitches if you tore. I thought I was gonna be someone who like could just jump up and be fine. No. Preparing you now. You ain't gonna be able to jump up and do whatever. That's for anyone. Vaginal, C-section, epidural, no epidural. You're gonna feel it. So I would recommend lots of ice. You want to make sure you're icing your perineum and everything down there because it is gonna feel heavy. I remember that was the craziest sensation to me. Yeah. The craziest sensation to me was right after I gave birth, like the day and 2 after. I was like, everything feels so heavy. Like everything felt like it was just falling out of me. And I don't even know how to explain that. It just was like, you couldn't keep anything tucked in. Nothing felt like it was like in place. It was just, everything was just falling out of you. I don't even know. I'm sure if you've had a baby, you get what I'm saying. It was very odd. So that was something I wanted a lot of support. I wanted a lot of ice that kept like numbing and cooling that area. So I didn't feel like everything was just loose and out of place. So I would say ice is a huge one. I will tell you, I got these because everyone raved about them. The Freedom Mom, you like pop them. It's like a pad, so you line them and then it's cold. These were not my favorite because they did not stay cold long enough. I had a friend mention, she told me to wet them down to like help, and it did help for sure, but they still didn't stay cold long enough for me. And so I felt like these were a waste of money. It's like a pack of 8 or something, and I mean, they go hot in like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. So I just didn't love them for that reason. I didn't think they were worth the price. I've seen people make padsicles. I did not, just for the convenience of it. I didn't want to have to go down that route. But I would say some sort of icing is necessary. I just did not love these like I thought I would. Okay. Hi. Sorry, you can probably hear the ancient air heat system here. We're gonna just have to get through it. Next up are things that help heal you down there, because there's a lot of healing to do. So the hospital should give you most of these things. So while I was in the hospital, I got Tux and I got the Epifoam. It's like a hydrocortisol foam cream. I remember thinking before, like people mentioned Tux and stuff, and I was like, I won't need that. This is like the second one I bought after they gave me some. So definitely Tux, like these just felt so nice. They're kind of just like really wet and cool, and so it just feels nice and cooling down there as you're trying to get everything healed up. The cortisol was really good for the first week, I'd say, from right after birth throughout a week. I used this every single time, and it really did kind of help numb it. I didn't notice like a huge difference, but I did feel like it was a little bit more comfortable down there than before. So this is prescription only, so like I said, the hospital should give you some of this. I asked for a couple of these while I was in. That's a good tip to know when you are at your place of birth. grab extras. Trust me, they have plenty to go around. If you want like 4, ask for 4. I asked for a couple tucks and more Epifoam before I left, and they gave me whatever. So definitely grab as much as you want. Another thing I would say that I lived in, I loved them so much, are the mesh undies. I did wash these, don't worry. These were amazing. I had purchased a couple different pairs for after I gave birth. None of them were comfortable. I hated all of them. I got Amazon ones. I tried like TJ Maxx ones. When you are that freshly postpartum and everything is still so, I mean, you still have all your baby weight on you and like your skin, it just, everything felt so tight and annoying to me. I hated it. So I remember asking for another pack of these before I left and just hoping I didn't run out. Something I didn't know is I thought these were disposable. So like I kept throwing them away and kept trying to get as much use, like a whole 24 hours worth of them. When you're bleeding, it's not usually 24 hours. And I found out when I had one more left that they were washable. So wash this pair, but then I didn't need them anymore because I was a little bit farther along. So these are a must-have. Along the lines of undies, I would say pads are also a necessity. I got the really big maxi pads, like the biggest ones you could find, and then I had some thinner ones for later down the road, but I lived in those. Bless you. You're cute. So that's kind of what held everything in. And then to clean down there, the hospital gave me this peri bottle, and so I used this for the first like few days, honestly. And then the Freedom Mom, interesting. Everyone raves about this one, so I bought one, and then I also got one from someone off my registry. So I went to try it. Not gonna lie, did not love it. I don't know if I was doing it wrong, but I mean, I get the concept that this is easier than like spraying something upward, but I don't know. This just was not my favorite thing to use. And that was a surprise to me because I feel like everyone raves about this thing too. So that was a no for me. This was a yes. Either way, you want a peri bottle of some sort. Again, the hospital will give you something like this as well too. That is that. Next up, on to boobs. Nipple care is important, and I had no idea. So the hospital gave me this lanolin cream. I did not love this. I never used it until probably like 3-4 days after birth, and it's very thick. Very thick. So when your nipples are cracked and hurt and bruised and blistered, you don't want to be like rubbing some crazy thick cream on them. It just hurts. It hurts. So tried this, did not like it. I ended up ordering the Mama Tubby Todd organic nipple butter, and this was so much better. It's a lot softer and creamier, and you can really just like glide over, and it does not hurt you. And it's all organic, and you know, baby can get on your nipple before, after, whatever. So I really recommend this, especially if you're a first-time mom. I mean, your like nipples aren't really used to anything getting on them. Okay, my phone died. Baby is gone. This is a mess. I kept filming. Oh, Gorbis. I kept filming and lost all of it. So I don't know where I was. I just had to go back and try to see where I was. So let's see if we can get through this. I'm gonna try to get it quick because my house is starting to get more chaotic. Gorbis, go. My 85-pound dog thinks he's a lap dog. So next up is these nipple shields. I loved these. Gorbis is coming back. Go lay down. These were great early on. It just kind of gives a little bit of a bumper between your nipple and the baby's mouth as your nipples are trying to adjust. So I really enjoyed these. I didn't use them super often, but it was great to have around. I got these from Target. I believe my hospital also gave me some, but they were a little too big. So make sure you measure your nipple beforehand and then you get your size. Next up, these Soothies. Oh my goodness. If your nipples are sore or cracked or anything, you try these, okay? I tried the Medela ones, the hydrogel ones. I did not love them as much. These are game-changing. My best friend recommended them to me, and literally don't think my nipples would have survived without them. So there are 2 in this pack. They say you can reuse them up to 72 hours. So I would use them for a few days and then call it good. But you just place them in the fridge, and as soon as your baby is done nursing, you just put them on, and it just feels so relieving, so cooling. It just, oh my goodness, I think this is the thing that got me through, because Oh my goodness, I just loved them. Next up is the LV Catch. So if you've heard of the Haka, a lot of people really enjoy the Haka. I tried it after this and I did not love it. I know everyone hypes that up, but I just did really not like that one. I found it to be like a little awkward, the way it kind of sticks off you if baby kicks it or moves it. It really like made my nipples have hickeys, like it bruised me. Maybe I was doing it wrong, I don't know, but it did not feel good. This is a gentle suction and I just really like it. It fits in your bra nicely and it's just really great. I used it a lot of times to kind of like pull off a little bit of the fore milk before I latched her on, and it was just really nice. So I really like how you can take this off and it's just easy to wash. You know, you can pour it out, you have the measurement on this side, and then it also has a little hole so you can actually squeeze it like this and it pours the milk out and then you don't lose any. So I just really think this is a great investment. I still use it from time to time, but definitely recommend in the early stages when your milk is coming in and it's a lot. Next up, something I forgot is the Mother Love Sitz Bath Spray. So I bought this because I saw it in a video or someone mentioned it and I loved this. Ingredients: distilled water, alcohol, witch hazel leaf, yarrow herb, uva ursi leaf, and lavender essential oil. So it is, you know, natural. Yes, it smells so good. I used a ton of it. I think it's down to like here. I really, really recommend this. You can get it off Amazon. I would spray this on if I wasn't using the Epifoam, and it was just nice and cooling and wet and comforting down there. Last but not least, a sitz bath. So the hospital will give you one of these. They are great. I remember hearing about them, didn't think I'd really use them. Use them, especially those first 2 weeks. Fill it with really warm water, pour some Epsom salt in there. There's, I think it's the Dr. Teal's, I'll link it. But whether it's that kind with essential oils or just like a regular medical grade Epsom salt, they're all great. Pour a cup or two into the bottom, let it kind of soak and dissolve, and then just sit. Just sit. So you put it under your toilet lid and then put the toilet lid down so your bottom can go into it, and it just feels so good, especially when you are early stage healing. I would sit for 10-15 minutes and you just sit, and then as soon as you get up, it just you feel like you've been healed. I remember that. It was that feeling of just like, oh, everything's been sore and so like uncomfortable down there, and then it just felt so much better. So I definitely underestimated this. I thought like there's no way I'm gonna use it or really need it. I needed it. So I would recommend this. If you don't get one from your hospital, just grab one from like Walgreens or Walmart. They're cheap. I think that's most things I have in front of me. I think that's everything I can think of. I'm sure there were a couple other ones, but these were the main ones that I needed. So if you guys have any questions about any of them or anything else, definitely let me know. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all on the next one.